Good evening, everyone. It's such a pleasure and an immense honor to be among you tonight, all Lebanese, in the British Museum. Discovering life has been for me deeply moving. What better than joining hands to support a geography and a people so precious to all of us? These are moments when life, both the association and the experience, remind us it is worthwhile. Tonight, I was asked to tell a personal story, yet also your story, the story of everyone you support with your generosity. So let me take you there. In a place where rubble intertwined with nature, where scars glowed softly under golden light, where the endless blue sea carried away every worry, a little girl was born to a small family. In a city whispering the tales of ancient civilizations from the deep beneath its surface, she grew up between the lush green of the mountains and the shimmering blue of the Mediterranean. At a time when the city was bombarded, when violence plunged its inhabitants into darkness, this little girl found with a candle a way to project fantasies and realities. With a pen, she drew worlds where beauty and imagination refused to be limited. When daylight returned, she climbed to the 7th floor of her building and looked over Beirut. She saw children playing in the broken sections of destroyed homes, life bravely filling every corner, nature offering beauty even in the deepest wounds. She felt even as a child that humans must live with nature, not against it. With her pen, she longed to heal the city, to draw spaces where people of different beliefs, colors, and origins could live side by side. And as she grew older, she watched Beirut open like a great belly of earth, archaeological digs revealing the footsteps of our ancestors. History fascinated her. She saw in those traces stories waiting to be told. She was convinced she wanted to become a doctor, but orientation tests insisted she should become an architect. Stubborn as any good Lebanese, she decided to study both. Why choose when you can challenge the whole educational system? Passionate about learning, she entered the American University of Beirut with a full scholarship. What empowerment that was! Beyond the financial support, it was a message. Your community believes in you. And belief creates a responsibility to excel. In 2003, after graduation, opportunities in Paris and London appeared, but with Lebanese blood. Always hungry for risk and allergic to comfort, she decided to take a bold leap. At 25, she entered the open competition for the new Estonian National Museum, a 40,000 square meters project in a country emerging from Soviet occupation and searching for its identity. It was an anonymous competition. With her small team, she reimagined the site entirely, linking the building to one of the largest former Soviet airfields. A wound became a platform for creativity. A scar became art. She won the competition. At 26, she established her practice and found herself, much to the surprise of Estonians, leading one of Europe's largest museum projects. For some time, they were convinced she was Estonian. When they met her and learned she was Lebanese, they said, "But you don't look Lebanese." And she replied, "Wait until you see me dance debke." In 2016, the Estonian National Museum opened a cultural incubator, a place where identity is never fixed, but always in the making. Architecture brought people together under one roof, a roof gently rising from the old airfield, a presence as much as absence. In Beirut, the sun brings beauty to every interstice. The sea calms all fears. And Sakhrit al-Rawshi reminds us that nature remains still while everything else changes. In 2010, photographer Fuad al-Khouri has just lost his father, the famous modernist architect Pierre al-Khouri. He had inherited land across the port. Meeting her awakened in him the desire to build again, and he asked her to design a building unlike any other in the world. But how do we build in Beirut and for Beirut? A city full of life as much as it is full of scars. A building must speak of memories, chat with its neighbor, and reflect the power of the hands that raise it. Stone Garden emerged, a tower sculpted by the hands of migrant workers fleeing the war in Syria. Each opening crafted like a breath, each facade colored by Beirut's dust and light. It survived the tragic explosion of August 2020 and became a symbol of Lebanese resilience, standing tall, still, stubborn, just like us, like its people. From Beirut, the journey continued: museums, cultural centers, sustainable buildings, and the first low-carbon, energy-positive building in France for Hermès, 500,000 handbricks dancing on Norman clay, believing that culture and diversity build peace through beauty. Her work traveled to Japan with the Bahrain Pavilion in Osaka, to Korea, Saudi Arabia, Uzbekistan, and Qatar, and finally, to the very museum where we gather this evening. After a long competition, this year, she won the renovation and the reimagining of the entire Western Range, which is all this part that you can see here, among which galleries of Egypt, the Mediterranean, the Middle East. What an honor to work with you, Dr. Nicholas Kalinin, and to expand her Parisian practice to London. This renovation will bring history to life with what she is imagining as an extraordinary architecture, relevant, immersive, and mostly human. The journey continues, louder now and more responsibility and more eyes watching. In this ever-changing world, where humanity is desperately searching for more humanity, I wanted to share this story. It is humbly my story. You would have guessed it, but it could be anyone's story if you choose it to be. As Lebanese, we are born resilient. We stand on a fertile ground of potential and excellence. But excellence needs support. It needs belief, and it needs you. I see sparkles in the eyes of Lebanese youth. Let us help these sparkles light the world. Tonight, I invited you wholeheartedly to contribute to life, not generously, no, very generously. This generation needs you. This homeland we carry inside us needs you. Let us mute ignorance and let us amplify excellence. Let us together become life. Such a pleasure to share this evening with you. May this moment be a seed for the future generation you support and who will in turn become life. Thank you so much.